Zootopia 2 officially released in theaters this weekend, directed by Byron Howard and Jared Bush, starring Ginnifer Goodwin, Jason Bateman, Huy Quan, as well as Patrick Warburton. This film is about Nick Wilde and Judy Hopps, partners in law, as they work to solve a mystery that may change Zootopia forever. Puns very much intended.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
So we're going to dive into this film and help you decide whether or not it's the right one to watch as a Christian right now. Hey friends, welcome to the channel. I'm your host Tim, and we exist to help Christians live in the world, not of the world, by utilizing our convictions in the movies and shows we watch. Zootopia 2 is rated PG for some violence and action, as well as some rude humor. So we're going to dive into any convictions you may have that may prevent you from watching this movie, any theological themes present within it, and then wrap it up with my own personal thoughts on the film. Without further ado, let's dive into the Christian Conviction Meter. If this is your first time here on the channel, the Christian Conviction Meter is a series of 5 convictions that may distract or hinder your relationship with Jesus. Ultimately, this is a resource to help you figure out whether or not Zootopia 2 aligns with the convictions that God has given you. And kicking things off with violence and gore here, for the most part, this film has a similar level of action as the first film. There are car chases, there is a whole hunt that kind of happens within the film. At the same time too, it does have some mild animated action here. There also are some cuts, scrapes, things of that sort. No blood that is a part of this film, just like the first one. There also is some punching and kicking and some fighting that does happen throughout this movie, a little bit more than the first one. At the same time too, there also is some stabbings that do occur, some stabbing in the neck, things of that sort. Again, there is no gore that is a part of that, so that is something to keep in mind. Overall, still about the same as the first film, Zootopia, so we are going to give this a 2 out of 5 in this category. Our next category is lust, and this one is not explicit, I will say that, but there is a lot of innuendos and undertones that are a part of this movie, whether it is more humor or it's dancing or just different gags, or it even is a bit of some LGBTQ representation. None of it is fully forward or a main plot point. All of it is kind of background noise or humor or gags that are a part of this movie, because there is a lot of that within the film. But again, these innuendos and undertones may be picked up in your viewing of this film, so if that is something to kind of keep in mind here. But with that in mind, just to be on the safe side here, we are going to give this a 1 out of 5. Again, nothing is a main plot point or a main focus. A lot of it is behind the scenes, but just to be safer than sorry, that's why we're giving it a 1 out of 5. Our next category is substances, and just like the last film, there is no drugs or anything of that contained within this movie, but there is some drinks that are a part of a gala event that obviously may be specifically some sort of alcoholic beverages. We're not entirely sure, but more than likely it is more alcoholic beverages. So that to be said, we are going to give this a 1 out of 5 in this category. Our next category is profanity, and other than a OMG or 2 contained within the film, there is no language. This is a Disney animated movie. This also is a PG film, so you're not really going to see language within this movie. It's going to be a 0 out of 5 in this category. Our last category is intense/horror scenes. This is not a horror movie. It's an animated PG film. You're not going to see any horror-esque stuff contained within this movie. That being said, though, there are a few things to keep in mind. As I did mention, there are some chase sequences, but there also is lots of threats of death because you are dealing with some more mafia-esque plot points within the film. So that is something to kind of keep in mind here. There also is, of course, some intense moments of just action or just things that happen through the film, and some moments of just brief peril that may be a part of this movie. At the same time, too, I will say this: the intensity of this film is a little bit more amped than the first one, but it still is around the same kind of area. It still is pretty moderate in its intensity, but I will still say that it is a bit of a darker toned film than the original. We are still going to give this a 3 out of 5 though in this category. So our grand total on the conviction meter is going to be a 7 out of 25. A little bit lower here on the conviction meter, but there is a pretty moderate area in its intensity throughout the film. And of course, there are a few other things sprinkled in throughout, such as a bit of substance stuff, as well as a bit of just some undertones and innuendos with lust, as well as, of course, just action throughout the film. So if any of the areas we talked about compromises your convictions in any way, shape, or form, make sure to listen to your convictions as they are God-given. If this film compromises any of those convictions, don't worry about watching the film. No film is more important than your relationship with Jesus, so make sure to put him first. This leads us beautifully into our next topic as we dive into some theological themes that are present within Zootopia 2. Well, the first Zootopia did touch a little bit on some overarching mature themes of racism, and there is definitely some elements of that within the film. Neither of these are biblical topics, but I do want to touch on those here really quickly. There is that continuation here. The reason I say that is because every person is created in the image of God, right? We know that it's a big part of the Bible, big part of Scripture. God created everything. God created man. We are all created in the image of God. It's where we get the fancy term imago Dei. And it does continue with that sort of thought within this second movie. But there isn't anything explicitly Christian about Zootopia 2. There is nothing tied to Jesus, the Bible, Christianity, the church. None of that is really contained within this film. So with that wrapped up, it's time to dive into what I think of Zootopia 2. And right out the gate, this film is non-stop. There is so much movement that happens within this film, but it is overall enjoyable. There's a lot of great moments within the film, both heartfelt and humor. I argue this film is one of the funnier movies Disney has ever done, and it is one of the funnier films I've seen in a little bit, especially from animation. It's definitely the funnier of the two. Patrick Warburton, who plays the actor turned mayor in the film, is an absolute standout. Nick and Judy's relationship is absolutely beautiful. Huy Quan is a wonderful addition with bringing in reptiles. Such a great plot point. Like, the story is really enjoyable, very good throughout. At the same time, too, I will say this, animation continues to be beautiful, and we continue to expand the world. Marsh Market is amazing, and the Lynxleys are also really cool as well. We expand the lore even further, and it just creates a whole breathable world that I still want to continue to see and be a part of. Also, the cameos in this film are absolutely bonkers.
Did you try me starting it?
Zero!
Very nice.
I was on lots of catnip.
You can't do this! Stab me straight into the heart.
Terror in Tundra Town.
Unacceptable! Beautiful!
I'll have what he's having.
Oh, it's my jam!
Yeah.
Hey. Order up.
In pursuit. I knew it!
Astonishing news.
Do you have babies? I have 500.
All are great. Zebros in particular is living in my head rent-free.
Zebras.
Shut it.
But overall, this film is very enjoyable. One of the better Disney animated movies we've gotten as of late. I am going to give this a 8.4 out of 10. Not as good as the original film. I think that one still holds up and is a really strong story. This one is as well one of the better stories we've gotten from Walt Disney Animation over the last several years. I had an absolute blast watching it. It's definitely a fun one of the more fun ones of the year. I enjoyed it. So it's a 7 out of 25 on the conviction meter, an 8.4 out of 10 in our review. Those are my thoughts, so let me know yours down in the comments below. Let's chat all things about Zootopia 2 in the comments. And while you're down there, consider hitting that like and subscribing for us, joining our community here on YouTube, as most who watch our videos are not necessarily subscribed. So if you want to stay up to date on future reviews that pertain to you as a Christian, make sure to stick around. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend time with us here. We truly appreciate it. It means the absolute world to us. Before you go, there's a few video recommendations over here that YouTube is suggesting to you, one of which is our review of the original Zootopia. So feel free to check it out there, and we'll see you all in the next one.